Good morning, guys. Welcome to another video. I have the Predators right here, guys. We're gonna do a first impressions. It's freezing cold out here. Look at the grass and everything. It's mad cold, but we're out here with the Predators. just want to do a first impressions for you guys. Let's jump into it quick. I'm so cold, I gotta warm up. Let's get it. Guys, it's freezing out here. I shouldn't even be out here, honestly. Mr. Mad Miguel should be here soon. Got the Predators right here. Look at them. Looking so sleek. Got the established in 1994. A year before, I would have been me game force. That makes me old as hell. I'm just as old as these cleats are younger than me. Migs is here. He just got here. I got his pair behind me. He also got a pair too. We crazy, man. Somebody throw in the comment section, do we have way too many cleats? I think you're right. That's them on feet. Since it is cold outside, you know, it's gonna be rough. I don't think we'll be able to break them in. But they look sweet, don't they? Damn. We're warming up. He's getting it. We're getting it. Cleats feel good. Lockdown is really good compared to the accuracy Predators, the ones from last year, or technically this year. These have better lockdown for sure. I'm feeling some tightness right here on my foot, on the top of my foot. I think it's just from my laces and the tongue pulling my laces forward. They kind of tighten them pretty tight, but no hot spots other than that top area right there, but they feel good so far. Let's go. Alrighty, gonna go ahead and get some touches with Mr. Mad 9 or Miguel back here. Let's go. Woo! It's crispy cold out here, but with these cleats, I'm flaring up, baby. It's hot. No, it's not. It's not hot. There's no way. But cleats are feeling good so far. No pressure points. No pressure points under my feet or anything. My toes feel good. Just that upper part of my foot. Let's go ahead and get some juggles in. Oh, should I have a GoPro on? Are you good, man? Keep it. Might look a little crazy. Gosh, we're YouTubing. It's really cold out here, so we're sticking to the basics, just doing some quick passing and everything because we don't want to pull anything. I kind of pulled my hamstring / groin like a month ago. Gosh, it sucks getting old, but I'm feeling good with the Predators. The only thing I'm getting used to is I've been wearing tampos a lot, and with the tampos they have that plush padded feeling, which Predators usually do, but in this instance they are like no nonsense cleats. I just feel like the material is really thin, not in a bad way, just I wish it had more paddiness to it. Like the accuracies had a little bit of paddedness with it, even without leather. So they're really good. You just gotta get used to the touch because the material just is so thin. It's really crazy, and the cleats are super light. Literally, I'm impressed. The lockdown's really good. They fixed the lockdown in the cleats, which is awesome because lockdown was a major issue in the other ones. But these feel good. I am getting some foot pressure. Let me show you where. All right, so my right foot is a little bit thinner, so I'm not getting any foot pressure or anything. But I am getting foot pressure on my left one, right here on the outside, right there. And on the top here, and a little bit here in like this like midfoot area. So once again here, a little bit here, and like here. I'm assuming it's because, you know, my left foot is wider, so there is a little bit of pressure points there. That kind of does happen on me for my left foot, but let's go back to doing some drills. These things are nice. Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2. Hey guys, we're back inside. I was freezing my butt off out there with Miguel. Thanks. Big shouts out to Miguel for being out there with me. We got the Predators, and look at them, look beautiful. Let me give you guys my first impressions, my first thoughts. We were out there for an hour. I didn't want to be out there for too long because the ground was frozen. It was literally like 15 to 20 degrees out there, so I'm so happy to be back inside. Let's talk about the cleats though. Real quick, before I go ahead and talk about the cleats, I wanted to show you guys the tote bag it comes in. It says Predator here in like a gold yellow. Boom, really nice. Black strings, and the bag is obviously the same color as the cleats. Has that Adidas logo there in the bottom left as well, in yellow. Super nice. I like these tote bags a lot because they're transparent. They have the perforations, the holes in the bag, so it allows the cleats to dry and not smell bad, so it's good touch. And for the price, I'm glad they included it. Let's talk about break-in time. So far, I played in a whole 1 hour session, as I mentioned. With my right boot, it felt fantastic. My right foot is more narrow than my left foot, so my left foot is wider. So I was getting some hot points on my left foot here, right on the outside, which is really common for me. And I was also getting some hot points on the top of the tongue where it folded over. I was getting some hot points on the top of my foot, as well as like the side. The side portion right here was just pretty much the same as the tongue pressure, just pushing down my like foot, if that makes sense. The laces and the tongue were kind of like pressing on there because I tied my cleats pretty tight to get that break in, but it really didn't bother me as much as that lateral pressure that I was getting a hot point on my foot. It was pretty annoying and it did hurt quite a bit, but it was definitely getting better with the more time that I was playing. It was also super, super cold out there, so, you know, that could have definitely played a big factor. Going over the upper, I really like the textile grip that we get on that upper. Really classic Predator vibe there. When I was shooting the ball, I didn't get shots of that, unfortunately, here today because it was really cold. But when I was shooting the ball, you could definitely feel some really nice grip on the ball. It really wraps the ball really nicely, and you get a really good tactile feel with the grips, so I can feel the curvature of my shot hit in there. Classic Predator. I personally really like that from the Predator. I'm glad they've added it, and it definitely is a different sensation than the accuracy Predators that I got from last year, or this year technically. They had like the little dimples all around that area, and I felt like those were more grippy than these. They are definitely grippy, but more in like a purposeful way. So you do have to like kind of know how you're shooting the ball or passing the ball to take advantage of these grips. They don't really get in the way or like make you change the way that you're hitting the ball. It just kind of like there whenever you really wrap your foot around the ball or hit it with like that lace spot whenever you have your like toes down and wrap the ball and go for a pass. So it was really nice. The upper has absolutely no plush to it. Personally speaking, it really felt like the upper was really thin and close to my foot. The upper was wrapping my foot pretty tight, especially in the toe box area right around here. It felt like my toes were just really getting hugged in. Not a problem for me. I love vapors, so I don't have an issue with that. But I know a lot of people with wide feet may have an issue with these Predators, or I think may have an issue with these Predators because they are pretty tight. We'll see as they break in, but I was pretty impressed of how like the lockdown was because this midfoot area and toe area are pretty tight. And it does kind of go all the way down to the heel. So they have fixed the heel slippage that I got initially in the Predator accuracies from this year, earlier this year. They used to have some heel slippage, and that's why I recommended everybody go with the mid-top version of those cleats, not the lows. The heel is really nice. It does have these pods inside to help with your Achilles and keep your ankle nice and locked in. So it was nice to have these pods in there, and they definitely made a difference in the heel and just making sure everything stayed nice and snug in there. So I was impressed with that. I was just really surprised that the cleats felt snug. As for traction, we can take a look at the bottoms. They felt really similar to a classic like Adidas. The studs aren't too aggressive, honestly, and it doesn't give you too much of a snapback sensation. Pretty standard sole here, honestly. And, you know, it's just whatever. Nothing special, really, from the sole. I do like how it has that multicolored look to it, but nothing special to write home about over the traction. It was a comfortable heel, and overall plate. It makes your foot feel nice and comfy in it, but I couldn't like distinguish if it was like any good in regards to like giving you some crazy feedback. I just didn't feel like it gave you any like crazy responsiveness, but it just felt like a really neutral plate, which isn't a bad thing. I just wish it gave you a little bit of a snapback, but these don't, just based off of the 1 hour that I played in them. The tongue in these Predators is really cool. Obviously, that's why you're going to want to get the tongue, in my personal opinion, for the nostalgia. Obviously, the strap is really nice and refined. It's a lot better. Usually when you have Predators that have a tongue, this strap will break apart. But you can tell that it is enforced a little bit better in this cleat, in my personal opinion. I could tell that it's reinforced a lot cleaner. And I like how they added the addition of the textured rubbery elements on top of the tongue. I really like that touch because, it just gives it that extra flair when you're touching the ball and it's going over your laces, and it'll be nice for like a lace shot. Maybe it'll give it that like swerve that you're kind of going with if you learn the technique. But I don't really think the rubber elements on the tongue will make that big of a difference or impression with your shooting or anything, but it is a nice touch. I like the embroidery of 30 to celebrate the 30th year of Predator. That is super sweet, and the colorway is crazy loud. If you guys don't like bright ass cleats, then make sure not to get this colorway. I know they're gonna be coming out with some awesome variations like the black and red, all whites are coming along. So maybe just wait off for another colorway if you're not a bright person in regards to colored cleats, because these are super, super hot lava red orange. It's like really in your face. I'm not joking. To close off the video, I would give these cleats so far like a 8 out of 10. We'll see how it goes. I played with them for an hour. I know that's really not enough time, but it's just a first impression. Once again, to reiterate everything, the upper, it feels a little bit more rubbery than I anticipated. I thought it'd be like softer, but it might just take some time to break the cleats in. It was also cold as hell outside, so that could have played a factor. The grips on the upper were super cool. They give you a really nice tactile feeling. Not as aggressive as the previous Predators that came out this year, but it felt really nice and you got really nice control out of them. And then the laces here with the heel give you a really nice lockdown feeling across the board, which I really personally like because the previous Predators had some lockdown issues. And then the upper also felt pretty tight across the board. For me personally, I thought the cleats were going to feel wider. The toe box area was a little bit tight, but once again, that might change while I break in the cleats. So definitely take that for a grain of salt here. The foldable tongue has that grip feature, which is super neat. I don't think it'll have much in grip or anything, but it is a nice feature to have the grip on there. And then lastly, the sole plate, nothing to really write home about. Felt like a neutral sole plate, no crazy snapback or crazy responsiveness, but just an overall really basic and nice comfy sole plate. Overall, I was just surprised that the cleats didn't have like a plush feeling. So I'm a little bit turned off right now by that. Usually, the Predators have a little bit of thickness to it, a little plushness to it. But we'll see as they break in how they feel, and I'll let you guys definitely know. So let me know down below, are you guys excited about these cleats? Do you like the colorway because it's super bright? Are you going to be getting the laceless version? Are you going to be getting this tongue version or the ones without the tongue? How do you guys feel about the Predators? Let me know down below. Make sure you hit a like, comment down below, and I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing holiday.